So, by the way, what do you think the Bicycle Man is? Me personally, I'm gonna count it down to him being a Martian. It always turns out he's never a Martian, but this will be therapeutic for me. Get all of this out of my system. I made a movie, or more accurately, a 10-minute long vanity project. I believe I was 15 when I made this, which makes all the driving scenes kinda illegal, but whatever. No prenda el carro! I was also like really super chubby. Let me start from the beginning. I decided to stay home one day from school because I was kind of super depressed. I was bullied a lot and just generally hated learning. I lied and pretended to be sick. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I was scrolling my school website when I saw an ad for the All-American High School Film Festival and how they were accepting submissions that summer. I immediately texted literally my only friend at the time these simple words. Bro, we're making a movie. His response? Cool beans. Cool beans, it would not be.
Are you kidding?
He came over that weekend, and we wrote the script in like 7 hours, based off an idea that I had about a mysterious bicycle man who travels from state to state. At the time, I was really into mystery thrillers, think Mystic River, Gone Baby Gone, and so forth. So the original script had a ton more, like, just weird stuff in it, like a lot of twists. There's like a gruesome murder, and the final act takes place in a cemetery. Yeah, I was kind of emo. My friend and I wrote the characters and situations based off on locations and people we could actually get. Remember, we're two socially awkward 15-year-olds with limited pool out in the real world. So that's, partially as to why we kind of cut out the cemetery scene. Because although there's a cemetery right next to my house, we didn't have any permission to shoot there at all. And that would be kind of creepy. We would shoot the scenes in and around my neighborhood instead. And the role of Ron Stalinsky, aka the camera guy, would be played by my friend, as he would be the one actually filming. Ron, do we have a towel? Did I mention this was a mockumentary? I was also really into The Office back then. I still am.
Brother, ¿qué te pasa a ti? Running.
The titular role of the Bicycle Man would go to my father, who owed me a couple favors, and was also really loving, caring, and genuinely wanted me to succeed and would do everything in his power to help out, yada yada yada, which left the role of the main lead. It was decided, mainly by me, that I would play the main role of Hugh Pomeroy, a news reporter hoping to get his big break by getting an interview of the Bicycle Man. I was under the impression that I was super charismatic and could act. I was not, and could not.
Great footage, Ron, is it?
Stop it. Stop it, Ron. We wrote down a planned budget. Everything we needed came out to about $250, including the camera. Now, I didn't have a job, so we needed to find an angel investor. My father, Angel, would be the perfect man. We wrote up a contract. I would pay him back through manual labor at his shop all summer. I thought it would be worth it. As I eagerly awaited the arrival of the camera so we could begin shooting, I kept watching the past winners of the film fest, and my pride kept growing. I kept thinking to myself, my movie is going to be so much better. Alright, camera gets here. It's a 3-day rental, meaning we have to get all of it done in 3 days. Camera gets here Friday night. We attempt to film everything, but it's just way too dark, and halfway through we give up. Saturday arrives, and it rains. Sunday, the final day. We start shooting and managed to get all of it done in 4 hours. Although we had a script, I was too lazy to memorize my lines, so I just winged it. So we had different takes.
Keep the camera turned on, Ron. Never know what type of things we're gonna see out there. You started at the studio, and you don't stop till we get back. Camera turned on, Ron. Never know what type of things we're gonna see out there. Might be supernatural, might be natural, might be a little creepy, might be a little crookly. That doesn't make any sense. So, you excited about this thing? I am. Always keep the camera on, Ron. Never know what type of things we're gonna see out there. Crazy things. Might be some insane things. Might be not crazy things. You know, crazy is in the form of not being crazy, or appearing not to be crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe we could cut that out, Ron? So...
Alright, let's talk about the only thing that does work in this movie, the music. The soundtrack is fantastic because I asked my amazingly talented cousin to score my movie. Not only did he do it for free, but he did it in like a week in time for the festival. Thanks again, Chris. There were many moments throughout production where my co-director and I clashed on what we wanted for the movie. Halfway through filming, he suddenly decides that Ron, the silent character he plays, the one who doesn't speak, didn't have any lines, should actually have lines. So we filmed him talking.
Buddy!
Hey, what happened?
Stuff happened. Oh, no, put the... Sorry,
And coming back from the dead. Yeah, spoiler alert, he was supposed to die.
Ron! Oh God, I knew you could make it.
I was a jerk, and without letting him know, cut out the fact that he was still alive in editing. That ruined our friendship. We lost contact after I uploaded the final film and he saw what I did. He was the only guy who would talk to me, who would sit next to me at lunch, my only friend, and I ruined it because I didn't know how to deal with my problems head on. There were a lot of problems during editing as I wanted to churn out the movie as fast as I could. I didn't even notice that for some reason the camera only captured the left side of the audio, and there was no way to fix that. I would stay up all night during school nights, constantly trying to rework everything. Eventually, in my frustration, as I mentioned earlier, I killed off my friend in editing. The added stress kind of made me even more of a jerk than I already was. As you can probably tell by the footage, the Bicycle Man is not very good. So we didn't get accepted into the film festival I so desperately wanted to be in. My hour of fame did not come. We did get 3 nominations, though. One from a monthly Miami Film Festival, which I'm pretty sure accepted every entry that they got. One from a New York College Film Fest for some reason, and oddly, Florida SuperCon. Okay. Usually movies are screened after completion for cast and crew, family and friends, but I was just too ashamed of the finished product. Only a handful of people have seen the whole thing. Maybe one day I'll host a screening. It's kind of hard to watch because I see past the actual scenes and I know what happened behind them. How I was a selfish, prideful, and manipulative, evil kid. That was the old me, the one, thankfully, Christ saved me from being. Now I can look ahead into what Christ has for me, which is to honor Him, to glorify Him, not to seek to propagate my own pitiful image, but the glorious one of a truly deserving King.
Stop all this nonsense. Be men. Act like men. Go out and die for something worth dying for. Go out there and live for something worth living for. Very important. And give your life for something. Please. Don't waste it. There's a bride to get for Him. There are children of God who have not heard the gospel of their salvation.